This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Texas A&M Aggies. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Reporter Holly Rowe.
When you walk into Kyle Field in College Station, Texas, it is so dynamic. From hearing the crowd in unison, it is straight up and down of electric Aggie pride. This is one of the most unique places you can ever watch a college football game, and we expect it to be just as loud and energetic here today. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Running back searching for a hole. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Makes the grab. It's Marsh. Breaks into the open. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. The 20. Touchdown, Wolverines. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
And you can't draw it up any better. In college football, you come in on the first drive and you handle your business. Strangely, 1 possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Throwing Reed. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Michigan.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something. Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
Really good looking run there. This guy reminds me a little bit of an old Texas A&M Aggie great, Leland McElroy. He was so dangerous in space, was so difficult to bring down to the ground. All 11 guys on defense had to rally to the football. This guy has a little bit of that too. If they can find more creative ways to get...
Snags it, and there's running room. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
And I think one of the secret sauces from a year ago for A&M was Craver and Concepcion. They were the best 1-2 punch in college football as far as playmaking receivers. Guys that could catch it short and take it long. Now you bring in Horton, who comes over from Alabama. This receiving core now, can they continue to grow? Can the passing game get better, Palmer, and take that next step?
Well, the good news is you still got Marcel Reed throwing the football, right? A guy with tons of experience and a guy who's made a lot of big plays throughout his career. So you bring in Horton, who comes over for Alabama, big physical guy who can make plays down the field. Craver can take a hitch route 80 yards and score. Still a really good 1-2 punch, and this Aggies offense, especially the passing attack, still going to be tough to stop.
Here's Reed to throw. Pressure coming. He's got him.
And a nice job separating by the slot receiver on that in route. Man-to-man coverage, he put his foot in the ground and created a little bit of separation. And that made that play work.
And the Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Reed to the air again. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Offense in a bunch formation. Reed on the play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. Complete. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13.
The game is still early. We're in the first half, but you need to score a touchdown here to keep this thing close. That's why that last play on 3rd down was so big for this offense. There's plays you just gotta have. I know it's early, but that was one right there the offense needed, and they got it.
Again, it's Reed. Makes the grab on the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He'll send the tight end in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Owens. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Pulls and fired complete. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And you're really starting to see the chemistry that this guy is developing with his quarterback. They hooked up for a touchdown in the first game. They do it again here. These two are on the same page.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Heads out, ready to go on the attack. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Running to the left. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. Looking left. It's complete. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a 1st down.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Here's a little room there. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. On the run, it's Marshall. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The run inside. It's Owens. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. Reed. That's caught. It's Horton. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. To the air, it's Reed. Quick strike complete. Still on his feet. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They've got a first down here to open the period. Play action with Reed. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. from the gun to give, looking for room.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Here's Underwood to throw. Fires to the right. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Running inside, it's Owens. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a run.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
You know, this zone replay is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Got it behind the line. It's Horton. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I understand what the quarterback's trying to do. He's trying to get it to his playmaker out there quickly in space, but I don't think he anticipated the linebacker beelining the way he did. It was almost as if the linebacker knew where the QB was going with the football.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He might want another play. From the gun on 3rd down, Reed. Fires to the right. He's got it. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
There's a crease. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Reed. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
On 3rd down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. 4th down, Reed. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Throwing, Underwood. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, this offense has been bad. How about the first play? Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the third play, now we're sitting in 3rd and long, right where this defense wants to get us.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
Really nice individual effort that time by the wide receiver. He was trying to get the first down. There was no way he was going out of bounds there on 3rd, fighting for every inch he could get. Didn't quite get there. Now you've got a big decision if you're the head coach. You're going to stay on the field and try to go for this thing.
They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Throwing, Reed. Makes the catch. He's brought down after a gain of about 5. Clock comes to a stop as we've reached a 2-minute timeout. The Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback making adjustments. It's Owens. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator or the offensive line coach is block those guys. Don't watch them tackle our guys.
Can't make the grab, in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Underwood. They've got the screen set up. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Texas A&M will use its 2nd timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. It's complete. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Well, it's a really nice job by the quarterback that time, working through his progressions, because the running back was not the primary target on that play. You find the check down, though, and when you get it to that guy, if he's even got a little bit of room, he's got the wiggle and the speed, and he's going to make something really positive happen. He did right there.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster.
Pulls it in the end zone. High
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's Reed to throw. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Now the Aggies will use their last timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And the Aggies come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking for a man. It's Reed. Fires one high and deep. Touchdown, Aggies! What a grab in the end zone for 6.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the tailback. He just threw his nose right into the middle of the pile and was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Fakes to grab. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Firing to the right, complete. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Power football with the run. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Here's Underwood to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We start with the Navy Midshipmen taking on the number 21 team, the Iowa State Cyclones. And it's the Midshipmen eyeing a second win after the opening week loss. They're on top here in the first half. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the American Conference.
Using his legs, it's Owens. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. after the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Reed. Got it in the middle. It's Craver. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
3rd and short now from their own 48. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. He's loose on the right. He's at the touchdown, Aggie. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the 3rd. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Rolling, Underwood. That's caught. It's Marshall. Breaks free, and he might be gone. Jumped on top of the pile.
Man, you see those tight ends catch the football, you're coming up and try to get on the ground as fast as they can. They're such big athletes, though. You gotta pick your poison. A lot of times you try to go low, and they hurry you or put that hand down. Nice job by the tight end breaking a tackle and getting some extra yards.
He's got his man. He's down right there, but he has plenty to pick up the first down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
The run inside. It's Marshall. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Underwood. Moving out to the right. He's going to take off. Got a first down. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. The Wolverines are marching down the field. Looking for room. It's Marshall. There's some room. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Running behind that left side. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. Training staff will take a look and will step aside. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Michigan! They looked finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. Lining up for the PAT. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job.
Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Stepping to the right. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Pulls it in. It's Marsh. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. And the Wolverines come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Trying to move them on the counter. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll run it again. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights.
42, Texas A&M, 28.
They'll pounce on the loose ball in the end zone, stop the drive, and it'll be a touchback. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down at the 39. This offense has it with really good field position. On the ground, it's Marshall.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Can't get him to the ground. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a second down play. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Escapes the pressure going right. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, knowing guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Play fake, Underwood. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Has it! Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Wolverines line it up with a first and goal. Tries it on the sneak. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
I got a feeling the defense kind of knew that was coming, stacked the line of scrimmage, got good penetration. Quarterback had absolutely nowhere to go. No push, no forward momentum. Ugh, no bueno.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Here's Underwood. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. Never a doubt. And that lead grows even bigger.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
And he's going to bring this one out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Texas A&M offense goes back to work. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
And it's picked off for the 4th time today.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
So here comes the Michigan offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Here's the handoff. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And with a lead like they have here in the fourth quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
He's brought down immediately and barely got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Maybe a crease. Touchdown, Michigan! And the beatdown has ensued. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Texas A&M, 28.
And he's going to try to return this one. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. And on that kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Down in the play is their sophomore linebacker, a guy they can ill afford to lose. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Reed finds his target down the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Texas A&M going up tempo.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
And the defense aim got him at the 27.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Play fake, Reed. Looking for a huge play. He's got it on the outside. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. A&M comes back out with another first down. Throwing Reed. He'll try to do it himself. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air, it's Reed. Turning it on. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could
and he surges across the line. Touchdown, Aggies. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Here's Reed to throw. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now we have a 2-possession game. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense.
Racing down the left side. 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. And the punishment has been extended. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And with that throw, man, you've got to look at this 2-game run for this team. Like, to be able to do it in back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents, guys that you know, this is going to be a resume builder, a confidence builder for this squad. Impressed with the way this offense has handled their situation. The QB has handled some difficult moments, but Palmer, back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents, that's pretty impressive.
Big for his confidence as a player. I think big for the offensive coordinator and the head coach and their confidence in him as well. Because you're right, you beat 2 top 25 teams in 2 straight weeks, in large part because of the way he's played. As a quarterback now, you're earning more throws for the next game and more touchdown pass opportunities because everybody trusts you and believes in you to handle the big moment against good opponents.
Throws to the wideout. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Reed. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And obviously, guys, this drive is critical. You're down. You've got to score. So with a couple of timeouts in your pocket, man, like, that changes the whole dynamic of this 2-minute drill. Like, I can work the whole field. And here coming up on 3rd down, man, don't be scared to do that. Don't be scared to run it. Don't be scared to throw a screen to get some yardage to get a first down.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Throws to the tight end. Makes a connection. Texas A&M will use its second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. The Aggies go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Play fake, Marcel Reed. Fires downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Reed. He'll take a shot. And that ball is caught in the back of the end zone. But the officials are signaling incomplete. He was out of bounds. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Reed to the air again. A strike downfield. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. It's 1st and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Here's a heat. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Throwing Reed. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
Looking down the middle. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Rides to the back. They're going to try to really stick it to him and rub it in with another score here. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one.